Continuously searching and working on this is really tiresome, but we're not giving up.
Crews continue to search for a missing Richmond man here at the Red River Gorge.
A couple of Southern Kentucky high school football coaches are nervously watching their football fields, hoping they'll be ready for the start of the season.
And it is a controversial issue among Kentuckians. Tonight, more on a meeting to decide the fate of a Jefferson Davis statue in the state capitol.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Say goodbye to those clear, sunny skies. More rounds of storms are moving back into this area, which could bring heavy rain, wind, even some hail.
And all that rain could cause some high water problems for some folks. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey as a closer look at what we can expect in the next few hours, even days.
Yeah, we're getting those storms out there right now, and it's kind of setting the stage for a bigger event coming down the road as we go into our Thursday. But today's storms, similar to what we had last night, producing a ton of rain, ton of lightning, just centered a little farther to the south than what we were talking about 24 hours ago. Those thunderstorms now along and south of Interstate 64. We've had several severe thunderstorm warnings, and now it's a flash flood warning for especially parts of the Pulaski County area. That will go until 8:15. Heaviest rain right now is right on top of Burnside and across the border into northern parts of Wayne County. And again, that's a flash flood warning until 8:15. No reports of high water as of yet. Got to keep an eye on the high water threat here from Lebanon, Marion County through the Campbellsville area into northern, far northern parts of Adair County. Now look at the storms that are going up into parts of the Lexington metro. Harrodsburg down to Danville, over to Bryant'sville, right on top of the Richmond area. Boy, there's a lot of thunder and lightning into downtown Richmond. Lexington, a lot of the action has been just to our south, though a couple of little cells are beginning to pop as of now. We've got a bird's eye view, by the way, of that complex of storms that is to the south of downtown Lexington, south of the Hamburg Pavilion area. Other strong thunderstorms here into southeastern Kentucky from Hazard up toward Jackson and into parts of Knox County back into the Harlan County area. Every storm that goes up out there this evening, guys, can put down a lot of water that can create some local high water issues. And then as we look ahead, we'll track this potent storm system toward Kentucky as we go into Thursday. Flash flood watch is already out for that here in just a bit.
Chris, thank you. Today marks 3 days since a Madison County man went missing at the Red River Gorge.
Josh Adkins was last seen Saturday at the Coomer Ridge campground. Family members say when it was time to leave, Adkins didn't want to go and ran off. His family is not giving up hope, though, that he'll be found safe. And as Sam Smith found out, the community is pitching in to bring him home. Sam's in Wolfe County with our top story at 5:30.
Continuously searching and working on this is really tiresome, but we're not giving up.
Crews spent today searching the area around the Coomer Ridge campground for Josh Adkins. They're still in rescue mode.
We're making sure that he's still not here, and we're combing every bit of it just to make sure.
While more than 100 people from 25 different agencies are searching here, Adkins' family is spreading the word. More than 300 missing person flyers were placed on businesses and handed out to other campers today.
We really want to try to help.
Debbie Little of 5-Star Cabin Rental has flyers on her doors. Adkins was last seen wearing a blue shirt, khaki shorts, and blue and white Nike shoes. Little says she'll be on the lookout for him.
I'm surprised to say that there is a lot of khaki shorts and blue shirts around here, so it's difficult.
Everyone hopes he's found quickly.
And the longer it goes on, the more concern that we get, because the Red River Gorge, has some dangerous drop-offs, and it's dangerous out there.
In Wolfe County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Crews will continue to search until later tonight. Tomorrow, they will start a smaller search near Gray's Arch, and a full search will start up again this weekend.
Today marked the first day of school in Johnson County. About 300 children filled the halls of Flat Gap Elementary. The principal says 20 of them lost everything in the flooding. Another 40 were indirectly affected. A fund has been set up at Johnson County's central office to help those students and their families. People across the Commonwealth are still pitching in to help those affected by the flooding. Wildcat Moving donated a 26-foot box truck to the UK women's basketball team to haul supplies to flood victims. The team will be loading the truck tomorrow at 2. Any donations can be brought directly to that truck from 2 until 3 tomorrow. It's going to be located in front of the Joe Kraft Center.
A woman injured by a hit-and-run driver is back home tonight. Our county-by-county coverage begins in McCreary County. Police say that 20-year-old Kylie Ball was trying to help some kittens in the middle of Beulah Heights Road when someone hit her last month. She was taken to UK hospital with critical injuries. Her mother said she broke several bones and had some internal injuries. Ball was released from the hospital today and is home recovering. In Laurel County, deputies are trying to track down nearly a dozen people charged with drug trafficking. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office has already arrested 19 people as part of Operation Turning Up the Heat. The 3-month investigation involves 4 teams of deputies and U.S. Marshals. Deputies are expecting more arrests. And in Johnson County, Kentucky State Police are investigating a deadly crash. Police say that 21-year-old Jenna Hall was driving down Kentucky 40 in Paintsville when her vehicle crossed onto the oncoming lane. Police say Hall hit a Chrysler and a minivan head-on. Hall was taken to the hospital where she later died. The driver of the minivan was airlifted to Pikeville Medical Center.
The Historic Properties Advisory Commission will meet tomorrow to figure out what to do with a controversial statue in the state capitol. In Kentucky, some politicians said a statue of Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy, should be removed from the Capitol. The debate comes after a massacre at a South Carolina church that sparked a debate all across the country about Confederate symbols. The latest WKYT Herald Leader poll shows 73% of Kentuckians want the statue to stay. The commission deciding the statue's fate will meet tomorrow at 1. The clock is ticking as 2 Southern Kentucky high school football teams prepare for their new season. In May, the Pulaski County School Board voted to put down sod on both football fields instead of artificial turf. But as Phil Pendleton found out, leaders of both programs are concerned the project won't be done in time.
Southwestern High School's football field really doesn't look like a football field.
Hopefully in the next 17 days it'll come out and it'll be ready to roll.
Strips of sod can still clearly be seen. Even the casual observer can tell the playing surface still has a ways to go.
If we have good weather and they do what they're going to do to the field, and hopefully it'll take.
August 21st will be a bowl game between 4 teams at Southwestern. Coaches there in Pulaski County had hoped the doubleheader would have been played on artificial turf. Yet that plan was shelved by school leaders. Now just shy of the start of the fall season, the decision was made to put down sod instead. It's cheaper than turf, but coaches say still better than what they had.
We've had a long, ugly fight around here, I guess, for the last few months. We're thrilled with the playing surface, and we're looking forward to getting on it and playing a football game.
Sod will require maintenance costs, something that Hines argues that turf would not have. Still, he says this is a good compromise.
Way, way better than anything we've ever had here before.
Rain in Indiana, where the sod was grown, created problems in shipping it to Kentucky.
The weather had a big factor in how slow this field is developing.
The first home game for Southwestern is the 21st. The sod has longer to grow at Pulaski County, which doesn't have its first home game until September 11th. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
We are told the sod at the 2 schools was installed by the same company that has put down fields for some colleges and even NFL facilities.
It's one of the busiest roads through the UK campus, connecting Nicholasville Road and Tate's Creek. Tonight, our good question is from Sharon. She's asking, do you have any updates on Alumni Drive? Are they about finished with the work? When will the road be reopened? Well, Sharon, you have a lot of company. It's estimated 18,000 to 20,000 vehicles use Alumni Drive when it's open between Nicholasville Road and Tate's Creek. That's on every day. Since May 10th, though, it's been closed for realignment and construction. Today, UK spokesman Jay Blanton told me it will open before the first UK home football game. That's on September 5th. A little more than 4 weeks away, coming soon. No specific date, though, set for opening it up by then. The $5 million project from state funds will include 2 roundabouts, replacing those 4-way stops. And when finished, it should be safer, they say, for vehicles, people riding bicycles, and walkers.
Up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
The lead continues to grow between Donald Trump and the other Republican presidential candidates.
And a memorial service is now set for Lexington council member who lost his battle with cancer. Bill Bryant has the bottom line.
Good evening. In some new polls, billionaire Donald Trump has widened his lead among Republicans for that party's presidential nomination. It assures him a role in the first nationally televised debate of the campaign, which happens this week in Cleveland. Some of the 17 candidates who have polled in the lower tier will not get on and be in one of the 10 slots on the Fox News debate. Republicans Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio courted Christian conservatives in Nashville today at the Southern Baptist Convention. Bush appeared in person, while Rubio pre-recorded an interview to be played for those in attendance. Fayette County's judge executive is on a mission to eliminate the office he holds. John Roberts is a former Lexington police officer and a practicing attorney who says under the merged government, Fayette County's fiscal court is a waste of taxpayers' money. Roberts signed some papers, and in his words, the court rubber stamps the county road fund. It would require a constitutional amendment to eliminate the post, and Roberts says he's ready to make the case.
I'm going to provide a written reason why this needs to be done and give it to all the legislators, the mayor, the governor, the mayor, and that kind of thing. And so I think this term or next legislative session will get it done.
You can find out more about Roberts' initiative to eliminate the post he holds on Kentucky Newsmakers, which airs on Sunday morning. An August 15th memorial service is scheduled for Lexington Councilman Ed Lane, who was also the publisher of the Lane Report. Mayor Jim Gray will now appoint a council member to fill the remainder of Lane's term. Lane, who died this week, represented the 12th District, which is largely outside Man-O-War Boulevard. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
The countdown to football season is underway, and the opening of the new Commonwealth Stadium calls for some extra celebrating this year.
Sounds like a party. UK Athletics will host several events on September 5th for the grand opening of the stadium. There will be a pregame concert featuring country duo Sunday Best, and Coach Matthew Mitchell and the Go Big Blue Band will open for them. The football team will also hold its annual Fan Day inside the Nutter Field House that morning. For more information, just go to WKYT.com.